up, guys? This is Tar Heel Will here. I'm going to do a quick video today. It's not going to be as long as my normal ones. I kind of woke up late and didn't realize there was an early football game that's probably already started now. Yeah, it's already started. So I have no idea what the score is, what anybody's doing in that game. So I want to do my picks for today. Well, last week I went 9-3, so I was better than the week before. But the games I did lose were the two big ones, were the Bills and the Packers. Didn't really see the Bills losing, but you know, it's early. I mean, it's still in the season; they can lose. Packers, I don't know. They're done probably. You keep wanting to saying they're going to make a run, but it doesn't seem like it's going to happen. So those were the two big games that I lost last week. If I would have got those, I'd have went 11-1. So that would have been good. But finished 9-3. I'll take it. Now I want to do my picks for this week. This week you got the first game, which is on now, Seattle versus Tampa Bay. I'm going to go Tampa Bay. Again, I have no idea what's going on. I woke up late, cooking breakfast and all kinds of stuff. Minnesota versus Buffalo. Buffalo's not going to lose 2 in a row, so we're going to take Buffalo. And I think Minnesota might keep it close for a little bit, but Buffalo's going to take off. Detroit, Chicago. I'm going Detroit only because I need them to win some games, because I'd like for the Panthers to get a higher pick in the draft. Also, Denver and Tennessee. I'm going to go Tennessee on that one. I think Derrick Henry is going to have a good game. So Jacksonville versus Kansas City. I think Kansas City is going to, win that one pretty big too. Cleveland versus Miami. I'm going to go Cleveland on that one. I think the defense is going to step up today. Houston and New York Giants. I'm going New York Giants on that. I think Barkley is going to have a big game. New Orleans versus Pittsburgh. I'm going New Orleans. I think it's going to be a running day, honestly, for a lot of teams. So I think Kamara's going to have a good game too. Indy versus Las Vegas. I'm going Las Vegas. Even though Indy's got a new coach today that's going to bring a different spark, I just don't think that they're going to be able to pull that off. Unless Jonathan Taylor has a great game. I mean, he's going to get 100 or close to 100 anyway. So, but he needs like 150, 200 in my opinion. Dallas versus Green Bay. As much as I hate to say it, I'm going to go Dallas on this. I still think they're rolling. And then that will put Green Bay out of any type of contention at that point. And then they're going to have to worry about what they're going to do with Aaron Rodgers in the offseason. I mean, he might even retire, knowing him. But the Chargers versus San Francisco. I think San Francisco is going to still roll. McCaffrey's going to keep bringing the energy for them. So I just think they're just going to keep rolling. They could be a team that you need to watch out for in the playoffs also. So the Monday night game, Washington and Philly. Philly's going to stay undefeated. Right now I don't see any. I think the only teams that can beat them right now would be Bills and KC, and they could possibly meet one of them in the Super Bowl. Dallas, I think them and Dallas will have a good game too, but I still think they're a better team, well-rounded. So now let's get into my prize picks for today. Have it done. I won a couple this week. Made a little bit, but still down a little bit overall. But not down nothing crazy. But all right. So I got, how many slips I got today? I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 slips today. The first one is a 4-pick power play, which means you have to get them all right. Prize picks, they do have options where you can get 2 out of 3 and get a percentage, or if you have a 5 parlay slip, you can get 4 out of 5 and double your money and things like that. So you can choose that option, but it's a lower amount that you win if you won and hit all of them. So I always do the power plays. This is what I do. So 4-pick power play, I got Godwin and Lockett plus 0.5 in rushing and receiving touchdowns. So either one of them has to get it. I got that also with Evans and Julio Jones. .5 rushing touchdown. Went over on both those. I got Brady over on 275.5 passing yards, and I got Ryan Suckup plus 1.5 field goals. Now I got a 3-pick power play. I did this a rushing attempt power play, so this means it's just how many times they get the rush. So I got Nick Chubb plus 18.5, Jonathan Taylor plus 17.5, and Barkley plus 21.5. These guys have been been my big hitters this season. They pretty much hit on their stats or their overs, and each week they had a couple weeks they didn't, but for the most part they're up on the season I think. The next one is a 4-pick power play. I got Brady plus 275.5 passing yards, Kenneth Walker plus 79.5 rushing yards, Jason Myers plus 1.5 field goals made, and Rachel White plus 2 receptions. Okay. Then my last one is a 2-pick power play. Tom Brady plus 40.5 passing attempts, and Barkley plus 93.5 rushing yards. So that's my power picks for this week. I'll try to come on next week and tell you what I did, how I did on those, but I may forget. But a couple other things. LaMelo Ball made his debut last night. He hit 15 points. I think on his on the prize picks he was projected 15.5 points. So he would have not covered if he went over. I didn't even take the bet. I would stay away from that since it was his first game back. He looked decent. He looked good. Still lost, but he's definitely going to bring in a spark back that Charlotte needs. But I see that we brought up Williams from the Greensboro Swarm, so that may be a good addition because we've got to get a center. We need a true center. I see that like Shy from OKC wants out. If I was the Hornets, I would go after him. I would trade Plumlee for him, but I would get him. He's a stat leader. He has a stat sheet every time he plays. If you pay attention to him, you would see he's probably going over on his stats all the time. He's one I do a lot too. So I would go after Shy, in my opinion. I think he would be a good addition. I think he would add more than what Plumlee is adding. Plumlee is good, but I think he'd be a good addition. But you ain't got to trade Plumlee. I said you might can get some other players traded on some picks, but I think the Hornets need to make a move with that. Last night with the Tar Heels versus Wake Forest, to clinch the division, North Carolina ended up pulling that one out. It was a shootout. I did go. I went. What was it? I picked Hartman to go over on his fantasy points, Downs to go over on his fantasy points, and Drake May to go over on his fantasy points. And there was another one, I forgot who I had on that leg yesterday, that hit real easy. So he hit at 3 o'clock. I can't remember exactly what the name was, but then those 3 hit before the fourth quarter. So I won that slip last night before the fourth quarter. So Drake May, I've paid attention to him, this season, but I've been focusing on other stuff. But he's good. He's the real deal. He's definitely gonna break records at UNC. He's already breaking records, but he definitely should be a candidate for the Heisman. If you go look at all his stats against the other ones, he's got them. So, but they're going to be playing Clemson in the ACC championship game, right? That's going to be a good game. I don't like Clemson, but I also am impressed with I had to stick to my guns. I'm from South Carolina, so I never really I'm not a big college football guy, so I never really followed North Carolina football for the most part. When I did start pulling for college football, I was in college, and I pulled for South Carolina because I'm from South Carolina, and I disliked Clemson, so that's why I started pulling for South Carolina, because my hate of Clemson. So I'm not one of those guys that flip back to UNC football because they're winning. So I want to say that when I talk about UNC football for some of my friends and people I know that might come on here and comment and try to call me out, but I'm not jumping on that bandwagon. They're doing decent, but I'm not that big of a college football fan anymore. I kind of lost interest, but I have been gaining interest the past year or two. So, but still wouldn't do that. But Drake May should be a candidate for the Heisman. That should be a good game with Clemson and North Carolina, and I'm going to pick UNC to win that. I just don't think they can. Their defense is going to have to stop Drake May, and we know he can put up points. So you're going to have to put up a lot of points too. So that's going to be a good game. So we got some games coming up for this week with basketball. Should be another easy game. And then on November 20th, which is, I think is that next Sunday? Yeah, I think it's next Sunday. I'll be at the game, so you may see some videos and stuff there. But other than that, guys, have a great Sunday. Watch you some football, eat you some good food. Also, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my video. Also have other platforms. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. If you search Tar Heel Wheel Sports Blog, you can find all of them, and YouTube, which you're on now. So please go give me a like and subscribe and follow on all the ones that you would like to see me on. So have a great day.